Hey guys, hope you're doing well. This video is going to be a bit rambly. I don't have anything prepared. I've been wanting to make a video talking about the El Paso shooting, both for myself, because I just don't feel right talking about anything else or making other videos until I talk about this. And also, low-key, it's like all I can think about, really, and it sucks. It sucks that it happened, to say the least. It's an actual tragedy. It's devastating, and Trump is going to El Paso today, as if he hasn't already done enough. Like, this is on him, for real, for emboldening racists, for being racist, first of all, and then emboldening racists, and then targeting El Paso. He literally made El Paso a target with his speech about why we need a border wall and how it's unsafe. Bitch, El Paso is one of the safest cities in the world. I grew up there. Legit, low-key. It's a place where you could walk around and not be afraid of getting mugged or killed. And I'm not saying that things don't happen ever. Would be completely ignorant. But in general, it's a place where people feel safe, where people are safe. I literally have given rides to people on the streets if they need a ride somewhere, and I was fine, you know, as a woman, as a young girl at the time, actually. And just, it's a safe ass place, and our community is beautiful, and it's loving, and it's warm, and it's amazing, and the people in El Paso are amazing. And yeah, there's issues there, there's issues everywhere, but as a whole, it's just a beautiful place. And just to know that somebody came from the outside intentionally looking to hurt people of Mexican descent, I really don't even have words. It's disgusting, it's heartbreaking, and it's just sad. It's sad and it's terrifying. And here's where my privilege come in. I've been wanting to, crazily enough, I've been wanting to make videos about race, because I think it's an important topic for us to talk about. Obviously, there are serious consequences for racism, and it's still alive and well in our society, and race is still something that needs to be talked about, but people are so uncomfortable, actually myself included. I'm uncomfortable talking about race. I really am. And part of that is because my identity is mixed, and I have a very mixed experience, and I've been wanting to make a video about that lately, so I will. I won't talk too much about that, but I am half Mexican, half white, so I legit am half and half, right? I'm mixed, and I don't know Spanish because my dad was really pretty much racist, and so the way that I'm half is both my parents are half, so it's not like my dad was the white one. Both my grandmothers are Mexican, both my grandfathers are white, which makes both of my parents half, which still makes me half, so it's a pretty unique experience in that way as well. And my dad, who was half Mexican, grew up, or he didn't grow up, he knows Spanish, but he didn't want me or my sister to speak Spanish, which really just held us back, and it was a hindrance. I learned Spanish because of my grandmothers mostly, and my Spanish is pretty terrible. Like, I probably speak Spanish like a preschooler learning to speak Spanish. So point is that my experience is pretty unique in that sense, and I have privileges, I think, in the sense that I'm white presenting, because I am half white as well. So it's not just that I'm white presenting, I'm half white, and I think I'm pretty much white presenting, although it depends on who you ask, and it depends on who you're comparing me to, because you know, when I lived in DC, I had people come up to me and talk to me in Spanish. Like, out of everyone they could have walked up to, they came up to me and asked me for directions and started a conversation with me in Spanish. So part of me feels like, you know, some people recognize me as being, you know, Mexican, or not being all white, you know? So there's that. So it depends on who you ask. But generally, growing up in El Paso, people would refer to me as a white girl, güera, and I think that mostly had to do with the fact that I didn't speak Spanish. But that being said, I have the privilege of not, and I wouldn't even call it a privilege. It's not like I'm so privileged, but I mean in the sense of like society. Yeah, it is a privilege. I don't even like the way it sounds, but it's a certain context that I'm trying to explain, to be white presenting, because if somebody's looking to shoot and kill Mexicans, they might not look at me, you know what I mean? So I understand that I'm not out here walking around scared. I'm not. And maybe that's dumb of me, maybe I should, but I'm personally not. But I have friends and family who are, just from the color of their skin after this incident in their own hometown. That's 85% Mexican, 85% Latino population, and they have to walk around scared in a place that was the safest city, and it's heartbreaking and it's horrible. And it's like, how do you think about anything else? You know, how do you carry on with life as if it's normal after something like this? But the thing is, like, at some point you have to, in a way, but in another way we have to change things and we have to take action. So what I'm here to say today, besides just, you know, talking a bit about what's on my mind off the cuff, is one, I do want to get back to normal. I do want to get back to making videos and you know, trying to get back into daily life, because I just feel so heavy. Like, I'm going into work right now as we speak, and I just feel heavy. I'm like, how am I supposed to freaking function, you know? And I know a lot of people are feeling that way, but here we are functioning because we have to. But that being said, I know that there's obviously a lot of people out there who are far more impacted by this than me, and my heart goes out to them, and I want to do whatever I can to make this world better for them. So yes, I want to get back to normal. I want to start uploading videos again, but at the same time, I want to start taking action in ways that I wasn't. So here are the things that I'm personally committed to doing. One, I already made an appointment to donate blood on Monday. I know that's not going to change anything, but in solidarity for all the people who gave blood in El Paso and the victims, I made an appointment to donate blood. I've never donated blood before, so this is going to be my first time. The second thing is donate money. I already gave a small donation to one of the GoFundMe campaigns. I'm getting paid on Friday. Until then, I literally have $6 to my name. But when I get paid Friday, I am going to make a donation to there's a specific fund. So I'm not even going to give it to a GoFundMe. I'm just going to go straight to the source for the organization that's collecting funds for the victim. And I will put that link in the description below once I get home tonight, or tomorrow morning. But that link is in my last video, which is the tarot video. So if you want to look for that, it's in there as well. Then in addition to that, gun control. I'm gonna look for as many petitions as possible that I can sign that are relevant for me, because the way petitions work is like, it depends on who the petition is going to. If the petition is going to the President of the United States, anybody could sign it. As long as you're registered to vote, it's valid. If the petition is going to a Texas senator and I live in California, I can't sign it, right? So we have to be smart about which petitions we sign. So do the research, look into that. I'm going to be looking for ones that I could sign related to gun control. Then the bigger issue, in my opinion, is racism. And that's something harder to deal with because there's no petition to sign to you know, eradicate racism. So that's a more complex issue. But what I'm committed to doing for that is signing as many petitions as I can in relation to impeaching Trump, registering to vote, getting involved politically, locally again, which for me is now in San Diego, California, and making damn sure I do everything I can to ensure Trump doesn't get reelected. So, I mean, the Democratic nominees are a hot effing mess right now. I was pro Bernie Sanders in, geez, what year was that? 2016? And so, I mean, I'm pro Bernie again, but whoever the freaking Democrats end up choosing, that's who I'm going to push hard for. I'm actually going to be active. I'm going to push hard for them to get in, because we cannot have Trump in office again. Like, we just cannot. So I'm committed to doing that. Outside of that, two more things that I can think of. I wanted to start a separate YouTube channel now for a while. I wanted to start several. I've been thinking about starting a booktube, and my booktube would specifically be highlighting a lot of nonfiction works. So books surrounding the topics of race specifically, I think is something I'm going to start with. So that's something that I am committed to doing in terms of talking more about race and addressing these issues. And then finally, the other thing I think of is holding space for other people to grieve. I think that's something that I personally can do, and I'm going to start doing it online, so stay tuned for that. So I just came on here to say that, you know, my heart is heavy. I'm sending love to all of you out there who are carrying around a heavy heart as well. And I want to get back to normal, but at the same time, we can't get back to business as usual. We've got to do something, you know, and it's going to look different for everybody. But this is what I'm committed to do, everything that I just said. So I'll be updating you guys on that stuff. Because yeah, life has to go on, but we can't just keep going the way it's been going, right? We all have to do something. We all have to do whatever we can. So let me know in the comments below if you're committed to doing anything to help create change and what that is. And I'm sending all of you love. Literally, I'm going to be sending my comforting love vibes to you. See y'all later.